Hello friends and welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana, and this is Shailaja. Today my recipe is a favorite Asian recipe and it almost comes out like a restaurant style dish. I'm going to show you how to make a fried fish in a lovely black bean sauce. And it has a wonderful assortment of lovely vegetables along with it. So do try and make this, and let's take a look at some of the ingredients. Fish fillet cut into pieces, sliced mushrooms, green capsicum, onions, sliced ginger, chopped green onion, spring onion bulb, cornstarch, black bean sauce, fish sauce, sugar, pepper, salt, sesame seeds, sesame oil, oil for frying. Okay, so let's get started with our recipe of the fried fish in the black bean sauce. What we're going to first do is marinate our fish. I've got some wonderful firm white fish fillets which I've just chopped into small pieces. So I'm going to put that right here into our bowl, and what we need to do is just marinate it with a little bit of cornstarch and salt and pepper. Now yes, this dish does use oil in terms of when we are frying the fish, but what you could also choose to do is, in the event that you don't want to fry the fish, you could actually just use a little bit of oil and pan fry the fish and then proceed with the rest of the recipe in the same way. However, once in a way to have a deep fried item isn't all that bad either. And this really actually comes out great when you fry the fish. So I've just dusted this with a little bit of corn flour. I'm just going to add a little bit more here. What you need to do is ensure that the corn flour coats the fish really well so that it gives a nice crisp exterior once it's fried. And then I'm just going to season this with some pepper and a little bit of salt, and then just give it a quick mix. I've got some oil that I have heating here, so I'm going to go right ahead and fry up our fish. So we'll just add in fish fillets in here. This will cook fairly fast because the fish doesn't take too long to cook. So you can just turn down the heat a little bit. Okay, so our fish is looking nice and fried. This is a nice medium color that we're looking at. You don't want to make it browner than this. So I'm just going to drain this out onto a kitchen towel so it just kind of absorbs all the excess oil. So I'm just going to keep this aside and we'll turn this back on again. Now with any Asian cooking, especially when you're doing a mix of vegetables or meats and things like that, the key in this cooking is to have your wok nice and hot. What it really does then is, once you put in the oil and you throw in your vegetables or the chicken, it nicely sears the outside of the vegetables and the chicken, and then the meats tend to stay nice and moist on the inside. And it's all about quick cooking really. You're not really cooking the vegetables or the meat for too long in your wok, and keeping the wok nice and hot really actually helps in that process. So this is nice and hot at the moment. You could actually use regular oil, but I'm just going to flavor this recipe with some sesame oil because it really lends a wonderful flavor to this dish. So I'm just going to add the sesame oil into our pan, and we're going to start with some of the onions. So I've just got regular onions in here, which we're just going to give that a quick stir. And I have the white part of the spring onion as well, so I'm just going to add some of that right in here. You could add some of the green parts as well, and then we'll keep some of it for the garnish later on. And we could add in some thinly sliced ginger, and we're just going to give this a good stir. Next we can add in the capsicum, I've got sliced mushrooms, so I'm going to put in the mushrooms right here. And the ginger is giving this dish such a fabulous aroma. Okay, so we'll go ahead with making our sauce for this dish now. So I've got some wonderful black bean sauce here, and I'm going to add a little bit of a fish sauce to it. There you go. And I'll just season this with a little bit of pepper and salt, and I'm going to just add in sugar to balance out the sweet and the tanginess in this. So mix this up well. And then I have my cornstarch here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this and then just mix it up. Now once the sauces are ready, it's literally a matter of putting everything together and the dish is going to be ready in no time. So I'm going to get my vegetables onto the heat again. Now what you could do is just gently add the fish back in with the vegetables and just kind of give it a quick stir so that the fish and the vegetables kind of mix well. And now I'm just going to add in our the black bean sauce that we had made up. So I'm just going to put that over this right here. Mix this up. Oh, this is really smelling great. And then last of all, we'll add in our cornstarch. I'm just going to add that right in here, and then you can just turn up the heat slightly, and at this stage give it a quick mix, and you could add in some of the wonderful green onions in here. Those really lend a great flavor to this dish, and this is absolutely ready to be served. And I'm just going to show you how we'll plate this great dish up. I'm just going to turn this right off. Okay, so I'm just going to add this fried fish in the black bean sauce into our plate right here. And for the garnish, I'm just going to add in some of that green onion. And what really gives this dish a nice crunch is if you have some sesame seed, you could just kind of lightly add that on right here. And there you go, friends, you have a wonderful dish, a fried fish in a black bean sauce, ready in no more than 15-20 minutes. Do make this up for your family, and we'd love to hear back from you. Thanks so much for watching. So if you like our videos, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay connected and happy cooking.